was there. In the first game against Tampa, he went 3 2/3, gave up 4 runs. That's an awful start. Then it was 1-1, 0-1, 0, 2-2. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was 4-2, 2-2, 2, 4 in 6 innings against Seattle. Not a good start. 0. At LA, 5 2/3, gave up 4. Not a good start. 2-3, and then 8. So, he pitches 4 or 5 good ones in a row and sucks. His last 4 starts have been 4-2, 3, and 8. And the 4 was a win. So, I don't know. I think I feel more confident with him than Price, obviously, and I think he'll be okay for us down the stretch. I think he finishes under a 4 into the 3.7s, 3.75, 3.8.
Right. But getting back to, Tyler's original question, are we comfortable against the Indians, or are we even comfortable against the other two teams? We got to win. Like, these starters need to win games in the postseason. And I'm not saying necessarily get an official win, but they need to keep us into the games for at least the bats to win it for us.
Yeah, no, need a quality start. And yeah, Tyler, to answer your question on paper, I'm okay with keeping the Red Sox roster and team against most. I think they are a better team than the Yankees except for the bullpen. I think they're a better team than Cleveland except for the starting rotation. And I think that they're a better bullpen and lineup team than Houston.
The only thing, I agree with you there. The only thing, and I hate to be the negative one here, I try not to be, but it's hard not to be when you've been bounced in the first round and only won one game in 2 years in the postseason. So I think it's fair enough for me to say this. The starting pitching hasn't been great, but neither is the lineup either. Like, we went into Cleveland with this huge lineup, and, they played really good in one of the games. I think it was the first game in Cleveland. And then they were shut down the rest of the series. Then the same thing happened last year, except for Game 3 here in Boston. So, am I not fair to say that, how do we know these guys are winners? Mookie Betts hasn't done absolutely anything in the postseason. Benintendi has hit in the postseason for the most part. Devers, he had the inside the park home run.
Yeah, he hit that.
But for the most part, these guys have not been proven at all in October. None of them. Not even J.D. Martinez. So where's the confidence coming from? Is it just, you being a Red Sox fan, or is it, you just think they're going to push through? And I hope they push through. I just think it's a fair question to ask.
No, it's super fair. For me, I think it's just because we're healthy. And if you go look at last year, you look at Mookie banged up, you look at Pedroia banged up, and
Bogarts as well, yeah.
Bogarts had one of his worst years of his career because his hand was broken the entire year. So there's the top 4 of your lineup right there that are all hurt. And we didn't have J.D. Martinez last year, who not only provides protection but can actually hit as well. So
absolutely,
I think health is a big issue, factor for me there, and just because I think these guys are gamers, and the reason I think that is because you see the emotion on Mookie Betts' face the other day again with that grand slam. You see Bogarts come back and not only show everybody that it was just an off year, I was hurt last year, but he changed his whole hitting style to hit more home runs and more power now. You see them with J.D. Martinez and how he's kind of turned the whole team around, and they're getting behind Alex Cora. They're all wanting to be better, striving to be better, and they've all been better than last year. If they came out and they were flat again this year, if they were around their same averages last year, if Mookie only had 10 home runs, if Bogarts was batting 250, then I'd be like, you know what, these guys are just kind of riding the wave. But they've tried to go above and beyond, and I think that holds something when going into a playoff series. I think they're sick of losing. I think these guys are 2 years in now. When you're a rookie, you don't really know. When it's your first time in the playoffs, you're just happy to be there. But 3 times in a row, you want to get some wins.
Tyler kind of made Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that, they haven't hit in the postseason. And this year, I've kind of noticed a bit of a trend where we're not really hitting very well against good pitching. Like, Severino's gotten to us a couple of times. We haven't hit him very well. We never hit Sabathia very well, at least going back to last year. And we're certainly not hitting him well this year. We just faced...
He never hit crafty lefties well at all.
Yeah, and Max Scherzer kind of scuffled a little bit against us, but it was really Porcello doing all the damage, and then Scherzer kind of settled in, and we didn't really thump him after that. And I'm just trying to think of some other starters that we've struggled with here. I think we hit Paxton pretty well, didn't we?
We did well against Paxton.
Yes, we roughed him up.
Yeah, we do struggle against top-tier talent, like you said. But besides Houston, the top-tier talent isn't there 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah, we struggle against Severino a little bit. We actually do hit Severino decently well, considering. CC was struggling with Sonny Gray, Tanaka. We're going to tee off on them. You look at Cleveland. Trevor Bauer has proven it this year so far, but when he was in the playoffs, 2 years ago, he wasn't good. Clevenger, not proven at all.
Well,
you got Kluber.
Bauer shut us down that first game, actually.
Yeah, no, he did, and to be fair, he's having a great year. But can he do it in the playoffs where he hasn't done it yet?
Right.
So I think that when it comes to hitting in the playoffs, if we play the Yankees, that might be the hardest matchup for us, honestly. I think Houston, we hit them better, just historically. And if you look at Cleveland, it's hit or miss, where Bauer and Clevenger could be the real deal in the playoffs, or they could struggle.
Yeah, I think, like I was saying, I mean, those last 4 series where we got Cleveland once, Yankees twice, we'll have Baltimore in there to kind of get a breather. But if we're not hitting those pitchers who we're going to be seeing in those series, especially where we have the Yankees twice, I just think that if the last couple weeks of the season don't go well, that's probably gonna be the same in the postseason. Like last year, I knew going into that Astro series we were done for. I just knew we were, because I mean, we only won 1 out of the last 7 or 8 games of the regular season, almost coughed it up, and it just wasn't going to go well, and our pitching was just done for at that point, and and a lot of the bats didn't show up. I guess Hanley hit pretty well. Benny hit okay, but
he only hit singles though. He only had 2 extra base hits.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he's been
Benintendi had that home run off of Verlander though.
Yeah, that was huge. Benintendi's played well in the playoffs. Devers actually played well too, hitting wise. Hanley only hit singles, which when you're the cleanup hitter, DH, it's not really what you're there for, unless no load or something. But they didn't play well last year, and they were hurt too, right? We just went over that 3 or 4 guys in the starting lineup hurt, and then you had 2 rookies in Benintendi and Devers. So not a good recipe for success there. But if we can stay healthy, I'll feel great. And if we hit them well, and we don't even have to score 8 runs a game. If we score 3, 4, 2, 5, in that area, I'll be happy. But if we struggle and we drop 2 series in a row, and then we're walking into the Baltimore series and we sweep them, I'm not going to feel good. I'm like, all right, we swept the worst team in baseball. We just got our ass kicked 2 series in a row, and then we got to go face the Yankees and then the playoffs. I'm not going to be feeling good.
Right.
But hit well and we split series and we pitch well, I'll feel a lot better.
And I think the Yankees' number 3 starter isn't even on their team right now. So, it'll go Severino, Sabathia if they have the luxury of setting it up that way. And then whoever their game 3 is, I think he's going to be the guy that's traded for here coming up. And but I don't know. Who knows? I mean, we could be way off still, but I'm kind of glad though that the season is ending that way. It's going to be stressful for us fans, but it's going to tell us, it's going to paint an accurate picture of who we are, at the start of October. So
it's going to feel like Red Sox Yankees from '04, those last 3 games of the series here at Fenway Park. If they happen to mean something, which it looks like they're going to, that series against Cleveland and then that series against the Yankees here at Fenway, the 3-game series is going to feel like a playoff series.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a fun time to be a Red Sox fan, and even a Yankees fan. It's a good time for the rivalry. So
finally back after felt like 10 years it's been gone.
Yeah.
Also, a little more news just on the single A, double A, the minor leagues, I should say. And it kind of goes along with the Red Sox, their need as well at the trade deadline. They had one of their prospects throw a combined no-hitter tonight, Emmanuel DeJesus, and along with another guy, and Feltman, who is looking like he's making his way through the minor league system. Another guy that can come up kind of like a Finnegan did in 2014 for the Royals is Feltman, who can come in and pitch, an inning here, an inning there, and really show something new since no one's seen him as a rookie, and can also be another in-house replacement for the bullpen if we decide to go get a starting pitcher or go get a bat or something like that. It's just good to see that there are some options within the system, whether it be Thornburg or Feltman.
I forgot about him, and that's a good point. Yeah. I also, while you were doing that, flipped over to trade rumors, and Gary Sanchez has been activated. So,
yeah, I just saw that as well.
The legendary Kyle Higashioka sent back down, who hit his first career home run off of David Price in that July 1st.
That wasn't just a home run either. That was a fucking piss rocket.
I loved it because, clearly we were out of it anyway by that point, but I was like, some guy named Kyle Higashioka just crushed David Price. Everybody's like, who? So that's how bad of a night he had.
The Cubs just made a minor trade.
Oh, yeah?
They get Jesse Chavez from the Rangers for a minor league pitcher.
Oh, wow. So that's a back-end starter then?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's interesting, I guess.
Well, he's a relief pitcher, technically.
Oh, he is a relief pitcher?
Yes.
Okay, my bad. I don't know if I saw a spot start or if I just flubbed it, but...
Yeah, he could have just been a spot start, honestly. He could be everything. He's playing for them, but he's 34 years old this year. He's rocking a 3.52 ERA in 56 innings with 50 strikeouts. So, almost a strikeout an inning. Got a 1.2 whip, respectable ERA. Only $1 million in the cap and the UFA next year. So, a deal that I would like to see the Red Sox make a trade for, that's for sure.
Actually, and maybe the reason why is because Morrow did go on the DL, so maybe the corresponding move was a trade in this case.
Yeah, that's for Red Sox fans out there that keep saying, go get Brad Hand, go get him, this and that. That is a trade expected to see. A Jeffy Chavez type for a minor league guy in Double-A that's 26 years old you've never heard of.
Right.
And that's okay.
Well, we were just talking about our depth, but, hopefully something happens. And are we, obviously with Erod, it's all about pitching at this point as far as what we need, but, is it still out of the realm that we could get another bat? Not like an huge impact bat, but someone to plug, in the bottom third there.
Yeah, someone that can probably play the infield as well, considering who you would sit. Would only be Nunez or JBJ, but we have a replacement for JBJ already. So, you have it in-house with Holt, or you have it with Pierce, who we traded for. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we go get another bat. I hope it's not a guy like Sin-Soo Choo or something who has, $20 million, $40 million left on his deal.
Did his streak end? His on-base streak? He had I think last I knew it was 48.
I don't think so. No, it's up to 51 now or something like that.
Oh, that's insane. But he's not starting every game, though. They're
No, they sat him against Sale the other day.
Yeah. So they're trying to make a gimmick out of it for now.
Yeah. Hey, I would do the same thing, honestly. They got nothing else to root for down there.
Yeah. I'm pulling up Brandon Phillips right now. Let's see where he's at. He was in Lowell last I knew.
Yep.
Is he still in Lowell? Yeah, he is. Oh,
Tyler, what do you think the Sox need the most here at the deadline?
I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. I don't trust our bullpen in a big situation. I don't care how much they show us how good they've been all year long. I know those guys, and I know the makeup of those guys. I don't trust them in a big situation. So you have to go out and get at least one guy. And it doesn't have to be a Zach Britton. It doesn't have to be a Brad Hand. It doesn't have to be, ex-pitcher. It's got to be someone that I would even be okay with going out and getting Addison Reed again, honestly. I think he was pretty good for us. It wouldn't cost a ton, and you could put him back in the eighth inning. He's already been in the bullpen with the Red Sox. I think he did a pretty good job while he was here.
I think he's injured,
though. Him would be perfect. Yeah, he is. You're right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, bullpen